Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, and this is WGTV Today. Thank you for being with us. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Bess. Good Tuesday morning.
Hope you're doing well today. Kim, we've got a great show lined up today. Who's on today's program?
We certainly do. We have Vicki that'll be on today. She's talking about rabies prevention. That time of year, that seems to be a habit during this time of year and something that happens quite often.
Oh, yeah. Certainly need to be concerned about that. As well, you just need to be concerned about rabies and how it could affect your health and your entire family, as a matter of fact.
That's exactly right.
And she'll have some signs to look for, things to look out for.
We also have Plum Tree Marketplace.
Oh, boy.
Did you go out and do a video of that?
I did. I love it out there.
You might have. You've gone out to the farmer's market.
It's a farmer's market on George Street, North George Street, there at the Plum Tree Gardens. And there's some fine folks out there, and boy, they have some good-looking stuff. But there's not only, there's also jewelry and pottery, and even Tim Norris was out there with a display of his earthworms. And he's actually out there selling his earthworm stuff. You know Tim?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
He's quite the vermicologist.
The vermicologist.
Yes.
And then we also have Tommy King.
Oh,
he is on the board of the Young Professionals, which is an arm of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
And he's here to give his personal story as to how he got involved in the Young Professionals, how it's changed his life and his social life in Goldsboro, what the goals are of the Young Professionals, and how you can be a part of it.
That's a great organization.
It certainly is.
It
So
is
all that is coming up on today's show.
How about that?
You know, when we were talking before we started the show this morning about Memorial Day is next Monday,
I know.
the 27th. Can't believe that's the end of the month of March. I mean, May. May, got to, get down to the right month.
I know.
The end of May, and June's right around the corner. School's going to be out. High school graduations are happening, and then it is summertime.
It is summertime, and Memorial Day is often labeled as the unofficial beginning of summer.
It certainly is.
People head to the beach. You often hear someone say, Happy Memorial Day. But Memorial Day is not really something to be happy about,
right.
necessarily.
It's more of a remembrance and an honor.
Yeah, exactly. When you observe Memorial Day, you're remembering those who have fallen, those military folks who made the ultimate sacrifice in dying and preserving our nation's freedom.
That's exactly right.
So it's not necessarily a day to be happy. You need to put it in the proper context, and that is to remember those who have passed.
And Wayne, some of the traditions that folks across the United States seem to do to honor those fallen soldiers is put flags on various American soldiers' graves across the United States, from Arlington Cemetery all the way across the world, actually.
Around the world, indeed. France and Germany all have American cemeteries of our fallen soldiers and fallen military personnel, and flags, American flags are placed on those graves as well as military cemeteries here in the U.S., particularly, especially here in North Carolina.
Right, and many people hang flags, of course, the American flag, in your own home, in the front of your home, on your front porch, and places just to show your pride and how much you do appreciate and observe and understand what these soldiers did for us.
Yes, indeed. So Memorial Day is coming up, and while it's okay to relax, have a good time, go to the beach, cook out, do what you normally do.
But do take a moment.
Do take a moment and remember the meaning of the day and what it means.
And teach your children.
Yes.
Teach your children.
Yes.
It's not necessarily just a vacation weekend, that this is a weekend really to honor and remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, their life.
Yes, indeed.
For our freedom.
All right, that's coming up Monday.
It certainly is.
Very good. All right, let's see what else we have. I have a story out of Germany here. The German police, and I don't know what city this is in, but it says a police department in Germany has recovered a 44-pound biscuit. Not just a biscuit, but a golden biscuit.
A golden biscuit.
A golden biscuit.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a sculpture that was stolen from the roof of a local bakery. They had a bakery with a 44-pound golden biscuit on top. They found the golden biscuit hanging from a horse statue with a red ribbon tied around it. Now, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Somebody playing a prank, pulling a prank. The sculpture reported stolen about a month ago. They finally found it. The thief, impersonating the Cookie Monster, released a photograph of himself biting the biscuit along with a list of demands. The list was created by cutting out letters and words from magazines. Somebody with a real sense of humor, apparently. The demands were given to free cookies. The demands were to give free cookies away at the local children's hospital and a $1,400 cash donation to the animal shelter. Still no arrest had been made, but the real Cookie Monster cleared his name of any illegal activity by tweeting, quote, "Me no steal golden cookie, but me willing to help find real cookie thief." That's my friend, Cookie Monster.
From Sesame Street.
Yes, apparently. I didn't know he could tweet.
Obviously he can.
Apparently.
He is on social media. Cookie Monster on social media.
Yeah, he is with it, man.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is with it.
Well, today is Tuesday, but tomorrow is Wednesday, which means
What does that mean?
It's Goldsboro Senior Day in the park.
Oh, boy.
That's in Herman Park tomorrow from 10 until 12. They're going to have so many activities for our seniors. And they will not be serving lunch at the Services on Aging or at the Senior Center tomorrow because they will be serving lunch in Herman Park.
Oh, boy.
Seniors are invited to come out from 10 to 12:30 and enjoy all kinds of things where they'll be having exercises, they'll be dancing to DJ Wild Heart, they'll have games on the lawn, line dancing, bingo, cakewalks, the list goes on, but they will be serving a picnic lunch. Wages Head Start will be serving that for them, and they will not be serving lunch at the Senior Center tomorrow.
There you go.
If you want to find out more about it, call the Senior Center at 705-1785, and that's tomorrow from 10 until 12:30 in Herman Park.
Okay, today is the 21st. Today's 21st.
Today's 21st.
I lost track there. Today is Founders Day for the American Red Cross.
Oh, wow.
Today is also I Need a Patch for That Day. You ever said that?
No. Can't say that I have.
Well, you will at some point if you haven't yet. Because that's you always need a patch for that.
Okay.
Today is, and we had this the other day, National Endangered Species Day.
Yes, we
It's
did.
another one, I guess. Today is also Victoria Day, and that would be, I suppose, in Canada. And it's also World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. So happy
interesting.
day.
Happy day. Do you have any special birthdays today?
I do. Birthdays today, the 21st.
Yes, the 21st.
21st. Mr. T.
The original Mr. T
The
with all the
original
gold?
Mr. T with all the gold around his neck, the guy who actually appeared on A-Team.
Yes, oh yes.
Mr. T, his name is Lawrence Tero, T-E-R-O. That's
So
his real name.
how old is he today?
Mr. T is 60.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all. Mr. T has had some health problems over the last few years.
Okay.
At one time, he was a bouncer in New York, and he turned to acting and became a star. Actually,
Yes, he did.
Not only in A-Team, but he was in a movie with Adrian Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, there you go. Okay, takes me a minute, but he was in a movie with him, and he's done a lot of other movies as well. But Mr. T is really a gentle giant, really a nice man.
I can see that.
Mr. T, and he used to be a school teacher.
Well, how about that?
How about that? Anyway, that goes way back. He was a school teacher. Also, the birth anniversary of Raymond Burr, who, way back when he first started Perry Mason, he had a crush on the lady that played Della Street.
Aw.
A real life, huh? Barbara Hale, yes. Barbara Hale, who had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, she just turned 90. But he had a crush on her, and of course it didn't go anywhere, and neither did he. But anyway, that's a Hollywood story from way back when. Raymond Burr passed away in '93, but he always was such a talented actor in of course Perry Mason and in Ironsides, and before that he did movies way back when. He was always a bad guy. He was the heavy, as they say. But anyway, he is missed. He quite a talent. Also a birthday today. We have more. Yes, we do. We have turn to page 3. Birthday today for Ronald Isley, one of the Isley brothers. He and his brother were just outstanding entertainers. He is 71 today. His brother passed away some years ago, but he is 71. Ronald is. Leo Sayer, the singer, having a birthday. Leo Sayer having a birthday, turning 64 today. And let's see, we had somebody else too. Richard Libertini. He's one of those actors, if you don't know his name, you'd know him if you saw him. Has been in every movie ever made.
Has he really?
He's a character actor. He's very funny. He's tall. He often plays people of different ethnicities. He can play somebody
Very
from the Middle
diverse.
East. He can play Hispanic. He can play Middle Eastern. He can play Hawaiian. He can do anything. Richard Libertini. If you ever see the name, watch out for him. He's very talented.
Well, happy birthday to everybody. If it is your birthday, do something special.
Yes, indeedy. There you go.
You were mentioning earlier that at Wayne Community College on June the 11th at 7 p.m.,
Yeah.
they're having the 150th anniversary of the Civil War battle. And the lecture series will begin at, like I said, 7 o'clock. It's in Moffett Auditorium at Wayne Community College. Battle of Gettysburg.
All right, the Battle of Gettysburg. Yes, indeed.
That's right.
That's a biggie. All right.
Let's see. We've told you before, but we want you to shop the block, Wayne.
Oh, yeah. Shop the
Shop
block,
the
Wayne.
block.
There you go.
That means shop downtown Goldsboro, shop and dine. Support your local businesses. And you know what? You might win $100 downtown dollars just because you're shopping and eating downtown.
Now, how does that work?
The Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation, or DGDC, on June the 7th, is going to be quietly walking around downtown. When they see someone eating or shopping downtown Goldsboro, they will approach you. And you may win $100 downtown dollars to
Oh, boy.
spend right here
Oh, boy.
downtown in
There you go.
participating businesses. You can also register at all the businesses that are participating for winning an additional $100 downtown dollars.
Cool.
So they're just wanting you to support small businesses right here in Goldsboro.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like
I'll let you have
that.
one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, save the date, June 1. 1st of June at 10 a.m. at Herman Park. At Herman Park, Born Learning. It's a young children's festival. Getting underway at 10 a.m., going until 2 in the p.m. And listen to these activities. This is what they're going to be doing there.
All day long.
They're going to have pictures in the, take your picture in the Mystery Machine. You remember
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. The van, the Mystery Machine. Also storytelling at the public library. There will be costumed characters
From UNCTV.
from you, NCTV.
That's right.
Thank you. Miniature train rides, the Kiwanis train, right?
It'll be running all day for free.
All right. Entertainment of all kinds, activities for young children, refreshments and raffle prizes, Born Learning parent materials, community agency displays, a scrap exchange for recyclable art truck.
All day long, there'll be activities that are age appropriate for children from birth to age 5. The park will be filled with fun activities. It's free, doesn't cost a thing.
Wow.
Perfect way and day to spend in the park with your family and your young children. They're going to have a tremendous amount of raffle prizes. They do every year.
Yeah.
And when I say raffle prizes, I mean there is a front porch load over at the Yellow Park House at
Oh,
Herman
yeah.
Park. The front porch will be loaded with
Wow.
prizes that they'll be giving away. So you definitely want to be there. It is a great, great day for young children.
So if you want to know more about it, you can go online or call 735-3371, 735-3371. Go online to PFCW, Partnership for Children Wayne, pfcw.org.
That's right.
All right.
And all that is funded through United Way of Wayne County. So
Wow.
thank you to United Way for providing these funds
Yeah,
for young
they sure
children.
do a great job. Okay. I guess so. I guess we do. Yeah, let's go on to the program. Who's up?
We have rabies information. We have Plum Tree Marketplace, and we have the Young Professionals with Tommy King. So stay tuned.
Today we're talking with Vicki Falconer. Vicki is the director of the Wayne County Animal Adoption and Education Center on Clingman Street. How in the world are you?
I'm good, Wayne. How are you?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you coming in. We want to talk about several things, including the rabies situation right now. This time of the year, should we be concerned at any particular time of year about rabies, or is it just a year-round
Year-round.
problem? Year-round problem.
You should always be concerned. Rabies is carried through raccoons and bats and foxes, so really anytime. We have our clinic in the spring, but that's just, we try to get it out the first part of the year.
Yeah. And it is a major problem. It's a health issue.
Yes, it is.
A major health issue.
Yeah, it's for animals and humans.
Okay, and the problem is that animals lose their fear of humans. Is that the biggest problem? And when they come in the area of, perhaps when a human comes in the area of an animal, with rabies, that animal is sick, and if you don't recognize the fact that the animal has rabies, that animal could indeed attack you.
It can. The other way you really have to watch is your own pets. If they're not vaccinated and they come in contact with that animal that could be rabid, then your animal could now be a carrier, and your animal's not going to be afraid of you.
That's right. That's right. So what happens when somebody is bitten by a rabid animal, your own pet?
Well, at any point in time, the state requires, and the county, we do, any bites have to be, the animal has to be quarantined. It varies different ways on if the animal is up to date on rabies vaccination or if it is not. If it is up to date on its vaccinations, then it can be quarantined at home.
Okay, so any animal bite, the animal has to be quarantined?
Yes.
Any animal bite?
Any bite.
Anybody
They
bite.
have to be quarantined at the least amount of time would be 10 days.
So what, is there a degree, is there just, if the animal is aggressive and the animal bites somebody and draws blood, that would certainly, I can understand. But if the animal bites and does not draw blood,
That's not considered
that's
a bite.
not considered a bite? Okay, all right, good.
No, if it draws blood, then we are notified by doctor's offices. We're notified by pet owners, or of course the person that was bitten.
Right.
And then we have to do an investigation on it. There's a bite report filled out. Like I said, if the animal is, it comes up to the officer and myself as the director, we can quarantine an animal at home. Most of them, if you quarantine it, you can quarantine it at the shelter, or you can quarantine it at a vet. But if you quarantine it at any one of those, and it has to be decided by us. It's not by the pet owner. So they can't say, oh, I want to quarantine it at home. That's not how it's done.
That's not how it's done.
No. If it's the only dog in the house, if it's one person, maybe one person has to handle the dog. It has to be leashed. It cannot ever be running loose, in those 10 days due to a bite. So it is quarantined. If it's quarantined at the shelter, it's 10 days, and it's $10 a day to quarantine it there, plus the $25 impound fee. So you're looking at $125, $135 just for the dog.
So how do you prevent this from happening?
Get your dog its rabies shot, because then it's more likely I can quarantine it at home.
All right, so it's not only a matter of thinking, hey, I need to do this to help protect the health of my animal and all that. It's also, it can be costly.
Very
It
costly.
can be very costly.
And if your animal gets bitten by something,
Yeah,
and you don't know what it was bitten by,
yeah.
then there's 45-day quarantine. There's 6-month quarantines that,
Yeah.
they can be now those can be at home, but it's a long process
Long
for you. Your
process.
dog cannot be, it has to be locked up in a room in a kennel. It can't run loose in the house. The best thing you can do is go get the rabies shots for your dogs. The vets will, a vet has to do it,
Right.
or a certified rabies vaccinator.
So there's no do-it-yourself
No.
rabies?
No.
Okay. I'm looking for things.
Yeah, no. There's some people that think there is, because I think you can get a rabies. I think you can buy them.
Really?
But it is not. The state does not
Does not recognize that.
recognize it. Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So let's say if your pet is up to date on his rabies shots and is bitten by a rabid animal, a raccoon or squirrel or what? Do squirrels get rabies?
No.
Maybe not as much.
Not.
Oh, they don't.
Squirrels and possums are not known carriers of
Okay.
it. Your main ones, especially in this area, are your raccoons and your foxes.
Foxes, yeah.
Yes.
So if a fox or a raccoon bites the pet, and the pet is up to date, what happens?
It has to be watched for 45 days. It gets a booster within the first 5 days, a rabies vaccination booster from the vet.
So he's still watched. Is he quarantined?
He still has to be watched for 45 days. It's not so much of a quarantine,
Okay.
but he does have to be watched.
Okay. All right. Well, walk me through, if you would. There's several places that offer rabies shots. Places and or doctor's offices and or your facility.
Our facility does them right now just at a rabies clinic. We had 2 this month.
Right.
We are looking at possibly doing a few more through the shelter. We're looking at redoing one of the clinics. It did not get advertised in the paper, so we're looking at possibly meeting with the same vets, see if we can get another Saturday and redo that one clinic. I don't have a date for it or anything yet, because I got to talk to the vets.
Yeah.
We do not give them to the public at the shelter. If they adopt an animal, they get it.
Wait a minute. If the public adopts an animal from the Animal Adoption and Education Center, that animal leaves the shelter with a rabies shot.
As long as it is over 4 months of age, yes, it is given when they walk out the door.
Okay, all right. And the person adopting that animal pays for that.
Yes, it's $10.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. What does it cost normally of rabies shots? Is it always $10?
Through the shelter, it is. Like when we do the main clinics, they're $10 a shot.
Right.
The vets, it kind of varies. They have their own prices set up. They have, what they do with that, and I don't know what each vet would be.
So how often do you give rabies? When does a pet get his first rabies shot?
They have to be over 16 weeks of age
Okay.
for the first shot. The following year, as long as they do not lapse in time, you can get another booster, and it is good for 3 years.
Okay.
And it'll continue at 3 years as long as you do not let the vaccination lapse.
All right. Does a pet ever get to the point that he outgrows the danger of rabies?
No.
He has to get rabies shots continually,
Yes.
each year?
Each year, each third year.
Each third year? All right. All right. So how are we doing as far as that goes with rabies in the Wayne County area? I know we have had some issues. We have found animals with rabies over the last several years, several animals, in fact, over the last several years, and it is a problem here. How do we stand right now? Are we in pretty good shape?
Yeah.
Do we need work?
No, we're pretty good right now with that nothing's coming in that has the possibility that we've sent off. There's not right now, but it's still early in the year.
What if someone sees a raccoon or a fox in their premises, in their vicinity, and it's, what are some of the symptoms if they see an animal with rabies? What are those symptoms?
Basically, some of the symptoms would be, of course, you always hear of the drooling, the foaming mouth.
The foaming mouth. Yeah.
One thing you got to watch with that is here, when you get into the summer and the heat, a lot of your animals foam because they're hot. They may get, if their water has run loose, we get a lot of calls that there's a dog tied up and it's foaming at the mouth. That doesn't mean it's rabid.
That does not mean it's
No,
rabid.
I mean coons and stuff like that, that is a very good sign. Neurological signs is one of the that's one of the last signs, you would know. They stumble. If they're in your yard.
A rabid animal will stumble.
They kind of stumble,
Yeah.
yes.
They have trouble. Okay.
Because the rabies affects your neurological system.
Okay.
So it will affect how the animal walks, how it does anything really.
Yeah.
Another good sign is animals, in years past, everybody always said if it's out during the day, animals are out during the day. Their habitats,
Right.
a lot of these woods and everything around here, they're being built into subdivisions.
Right.
That was their habitat. So they're still where their habitat was. Best thing I can say is if you go out and if you stomp at it, if you yell at it, and it looks like it's charging at you and you're trying to run it away, if it just runs off, it's fine. They'll get, because of the neurological, they won't understand, and if they come at you, then yes. You can always call and talk to one of the officers at the shelter. They kind of walk through the steps and the different stages, and if it's something that we really think is a problem, they will go out and take a look at it.
Okay. So the foaming or frothing at the mouth does not mean it's rabid, but it
could be a sign of it, yes.
Could be a sign of it.
Yes.
Difficulty navigating, difficulty walking, perhaps wobbling a bit. Look out for that. And if they appear to be aggressive,
Right.
don't hang around.
No, I mean, we've had cases where a fox or whatever has bitten, it ran up and bit 2-3 people. No one had seen it before that, and it just ran up. So we had to go out, and what we'll do is we pick up the animal, and then we send it to the state to have a test done on it. It's a rabies, rabid fluorescent test or something. They test part of the brain.
Okay.
Because, like I said, that's the last place it goes.
Yeah. All right, very good. And of course, anyone with any questions about rabid animals or rabies or getting rabies shots or the next scheduled shots at the shelter, they can call you.
They can call the shelter.
Call the shelter.
Yeah.
Or call Frida.
Call Frida.
Call Frida. And what's Frida's number?
919-731-1439.
919-731-1439.
And you can call between the hours of 10 and 5:30 Monday through Friday.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Vicki Falconer of the Wayne Animal Adoption and Education Center on Clingman Street in Goldsboro. Again, 919-731-1439. We're at the Plum Tree Gardens site, right? We're at the Plum Tree Gardens Farmers Market. We're at the Plum Tree Gardens Farmers Market, and what is your name?
Susanna Miller.
Susanna Miller is here with a table full of goodies, and we want to invite everyone to come out to the Plum Tree Farmers Market. And gee, did you do all this yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a basket maker, but I also like to bake, so
So you sell the baskets as well as the baked goods.
that's right.
My goodness. Well, I can kind of relate to that. I'm sort of a basket case myself. Okay, enough of that. All right, thank you for talking with us.
You're welcome.
Are you out here? How often are you out here?
I'm here every first Friday
The first Friday
of each month.
of each month. All right, thank you very much for speaking with
You're
us.
welcome.
Still at the Plum Tree Gardens, and what is your name?
Sally Bowles.
Sally Bowles. You were here last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember Sally Bowles from last year. Now, did you grow the, what did you grow?
Well, I grow the lettuce,
Lettuce.
but my thing is baking the sourdough bread and the pecan chew bread.
All right.
Of course, I grew these. I've got some flowers and herbs over here too, but I have pepper jelly that my mother makes and habanero hot sauce that my husband makes.
All right.
And I have teamed up over here with the Harold's Produce. They've got cucumbers, strawberries, tomatoes, asparagus, sweet potatoes. We're also this year selling the Holly Grove Farm goat cheese for them.
Oh, sure.
So we have that as well. That comes in 5 different flavors.
Right. And how often are you here at Plum Tree?
We are here every Friday.
Every Friday. All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
All right. Still at Plum Tree Gardens, and what's your name?
My name is LaShonda Oliver.
Hi, LaShonda.
How you doing?
All right. Now, did you make these?
I had. Yes, I did.
How about that? Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. All right. And the necklaces are for sale, and you
Yes.
have candles.
I have candles. I do custom candles for people who decide they want to have an event, so I'll do that.
Uh-huh.
These are the gel candles.
Okay.
And then I also have these over here, which are I call them seascape because they have the sea scenery. I make them candles, and this has a butterfly inside.
How often are you here?
I just started. Today's my first day, but I'm hoping to be here for the remaining of the season.
Thank you. Continuing at Plum Tree Gardens, here we go. What is your name?
Brandy Mayotte.
Hi, Brandy.
Hello.
Brandy, you live in Goldsboro?
No, I actually live in Mount Olive.
Well, that's okay. I like
Still
Mount
Wayne
Olive.
County,
You
yeah.
just had a big pickle thing there. You know about
Yes, I
that.
did.
You heard about
I was
that. You were there. What do you have here?
I do handmade paper crafts, so everything from albums to wreaths to layouts to handmade cards.
All right. How often are you here?
I am here on the first and third Fridays of the month.
Good. Joanne Lasak, hi.
Hi. I have to have 4 graduation cards for grandchildren this month.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we're here talking with some customers at the Plum Tree Farmers Market. And if I may, do you come here often?
I came here a few times last year, so I always like to come back. We got new vendors this year, so I'm
Yeah.
trying out some new people and some new things.
Well, that's great. Well, you're from Goldsboro.
Yes, sir.
All right. And your name is?
My name's Connie Yelverton.
Very good, Connie. Thank you for speaking with us. And you are?
Morgan.
You were related, I guess, right?
Oh, she's my mom.
I had a feeling you were. Okay, at the Plum Tree Garden Farmers Market.
Still
Where am I?
Plum Tree Farmers
Okay,
Market.
you're the Farmers
and
Market.
What
so
is
am
your
I.
name?
All right, thank you for
My
talking
name
with
is
us.
Victoria Walker.
Well, Ms. Walker, I remember you were here last year when we
sure
spoke with
was.
you, and you have all sorts of aromatherapy products, as I recall, and all sorts of things. Now, what are these things?
What we have here is a brown sugar scrub.
Brown sugar.
Yes, and it's natural brown sugar.
Okay.
It's excellent for exfoliating the skin.
Okay.
Okay, you should exfoliate at least once a week.
You should.
You should. It sloughs off dead skin, renewing the skin.
All right.
I have here a salt scrub, and this is an organic white sugar without the bleach.
An organic white sugar without the bleach.
Without the bleach. What we have here is essential oils, and depending on your skin and what problem you may be facing, I would formulate a product for you. And basically, let's say you wanted something for headaches. I may use lavender for calming and peppermint. I'm an esthetician, a cosmetologist / USDA inspector.
Oh my.
When I was in the military.
How often are you here?
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Thank you for speaking with
Well,
us.
thank you. Bye.
Bye. Here at the Plum Tree Farmers Market, and what's your name?
Randy Wright.
Randy, you look familiar. Have I seen you with the city of Goldsboro somewhere?
Yep, I work for the Parks and Rec. We teach pottery classes.
You teach a pottery class, and these pieces are for sale. These came out of the class?
Some of them did, but most of them came from my studio.
Your studio. You made these yourself.
Yes.
All right. Well, they're beautiful. How long does it take to make something like this?
When you first start out, a while, but we can get you there.
Okay.
We can definitely get you there.
That's pottery
I do
class.
have a phone number for you if you're interested in contacting Parks and Rec.
For pottery class?
For pottery class.
Sure. What is that number?
It's 739-7480.
739-7480.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. How often do you come out to Plum Tree here?
Once a month. I come out on the first Friday.
First Friday. All right. Very good. These are beautiful.
We have a variety of things. We have bird bottles. We have wine goblets and glasses.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. What inspires you? Where do you get your ideas?
Well, mostly from other potters.
Yeah.
But and my wife is a huge influence. She tells me which direction to go and helps me with my colors.
I love your earth tone.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's I love that. Very good. Well, thank you for speaking with us.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Very good. Plum Tree Gardens Farmers Market here with a fellow by the name of, what's your name? Tim Norris?
Tim Norris.
Tim Norris. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing fine.
Good to
thank
see you.
Oh,
That's all right. Dirty
you.
hands is
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
What do you have here?
I have earthworms.
Earthworm.
I show people how to turn garbage into gold.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Earthworms. Can you look at this? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Man, they're crawling all around and tickling and crawling around and doing earthworm things. Man.
I tell kids they're nature's French fry because everything likes to eat them. Yeah. And because of that, they grow really quickly. They can take the things you throw away and turn it back into just nice rich soil.
That's right. Yeah.
Garbage peels, banana peels, apple cores, onion skins, anything you usually throw away, that's their food in nature.
That's their food. So you put food, natural foods like lettuce and bananas and
coffee grounds.
coffee
filters,
grounds,
yeah.
and they eat that stuff.
They will eat that. It breaks it down and turns it back into just soil. That's
Beautiful.
what they do in nature.
All right.
Yeah.
You have quite a display set up here, Tim.
Well, thank you. Yeah, what it has is it's the earthworm's life cycle and reproductive capacity. And on this side is the nice material they make from that you can use in your garden.
And that over there is the stuff, isn't it?
That is.
That is the stuff right there. That is the gold.
I call this super poop. That's worm poop, and then I have it in a liquid form as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
it's pretty amazing.
And you're selling this out here, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's great. All right. Tim, we appreciate you speaking with us. If someone wants to know more about worms, they want to know more about vermiculture, is that right?
Yes.
Vermiculture. Okay. What do they? How do they contact you?
Well, they can call me at my phone, 919-778-8750, or they can come here on Fridays. I'm usually here. Or my email is amuseu@nc.rr.com. That's amuseu@nc.rr.com.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right, do that one more time.
Okay, the whole thing?
No, just the website, the email address.
Okay, amuseu@nc.rr.com.
AMUSEU. Amuseu@nc.rr.com. Got it. All right. Well, Tim, always good to see you.
You too.
Take care, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
Joining me today is Tommy King. He is a board member and events chair of the Wayne County Young Professionals Group. Welcome to the show, Tommy.
Thank you, Kim.
So the Young Professionals is a group that is an arm of Wayne County Chamber of Commerce, I guess you would call it.
That is correct. It was formed approximately 5 years ago in order to give young people between the ages of 21 and 40 something to do in Wayne County. That was one of the big concerns with the chamber at the time. They were worried that, you know, this age group is moving off. They're moving away from Wayne County because there's not a lot provided for them here. So this group was formed in order to fix that problem.
Exactly, and you all have definitely addressed that.
Trying
Tell us sort of what this group does on a regular basis. You know, what are the goals of the Young Professionals?
We provide a laid-back networking scene. If you're new to the area, it's something perfect to do. I was working here for approximately about 5 years before this group started. However, I didn't socialize in Wayne County, didn't really network in Wayne County that much. However, once I joined the group, everything just started taking its place. It's tough to go out now and people not recognize you, and you see people from the group, so you can just about go out in town and know somebody everywhere you go.
Recognize a face.
Exactly.
Well, you know, that's interesting that you say that, you know, that you were working in Wayne County for so long but didn't socialize, didn't interact in our community because you didn't know people.
Right.
But by joining this group, it really exposed you to other people. You started making contacts, both personal and business contacts.
Correct. It's opened up so many doors. And like you said, business contacts, it's opened a lot of doors for clients that I never would have had the opportunity to meet.
Right.
That it's put me face to face with them in a laid-back social scene.
Right.
And it's done wonderful things so far.
Well, that's exciting. So it's 21, age 21 to 40.
Correct.
All right. So you're leaving some of us out, but
No,
that's okay.
hey,
Move on to the
we
next
welcome
group.
everybody to the group.
No, I understand. That's okay. Well, I'll move on with the older group.
Okay.
But tell me some of the events that you all have coming up and some that you've done in the recent past, because they sound so much fun.
I know. One thing we have been doing, the first Thursday of each month, we've been having an event called Morning Rush.
Yeah, Wayne and I talked about it.
It starts at 7:30, ends at 8:30. We have a different speaker each month that comes in and lets us talk about topics anywhere from leadership to how to be involved in the community and civic opportunities.
Wonderful.
And this past Saturday, we actually had a Kentucky Derby party.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It was titled Down in Derby, and what we did was had approximately 30 to 40 people. It was a members-only event. Had 30 to 40 people show up at MacArthur Farm, and we had a basically like a little tailgate party. We had chicken salad sandwiches.
The girls had it fancy all up.
They loved it. They wore the big hats.
Everybody in their hats. Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Traditional Kentucky Derby party.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, I think that's wonderful that you have special things throughout the year where young professionals can come, work together, do great things, make a difference in our community, but also socialize and have fun at the same time.
I agree. And one thing that we do have coming up that I want to make sure everybody knows about is the Young Professionals Kickball Tournament. What we actually do is choose a different charity each year to provide all the benefits from that kickball tournament to that charity. So right now we're in the process of trying to decide which charity we actually want to give that to. This past year we donated the money to the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay. Well, where will the kickball tournament take place?
It'll take place at Berkeley Park.
Berkeley Park. Well, you got a nice big area out there. That's perfect.
We do. We're looking right now of having that in August of this year.
Okay.
So right at pretty close to the start of the school year, and I want to kick things off the right way. We call it Kicking It for the Kids.
Oh, that's cute. Kicking it for the kids. Well, that's a great idea. A way to be active, do something fun and different and unique, but also benefit others. So that's wonderful. That's great.
Thank you.
So what else is happening? So you got the kickball tournament.
Got the kickball tournament now, and that will be later on this summer. The next event that we have is actually the Young Professionals Luau, and this is actually where everything started for the Young Professionals. It was their first event. What we'll do, we're still trying to decide a location. We're down to 2 different places, but what we'll do is have a pig picking. It'll be on a Tuesday. I think it's scheduled for June 18th right now. If I believe that's a Tuesday.
All of this is on the Chamber's website.
All of it's on the Chamber website, and we will update it as we go.
So you got luau coming up, you've got the kickball tournament for the kids, kicking it for the kids this fall, and the list goes on and on of what you all continue to have and offer for our young professionals.
It does, absolutely. And one big thing that we're actually taking on this year is going to be the Christmas parade.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that.
We are going to be doing the Christmas parade this year, and there's going to be more information to come about that as we get a little bit closer to it.
That will be a wonderful fundraiser for you all. That has been handled by the JCs for many, many years, and we appreciate the fact that you all took that as they needed to move forward and hand that off to somebody else and have a different leadership group take it. We appreciate you all doing that.
Thank you.
Because our Christmas parade here in Goldsboro is a big deal.
It is. It's very important. It's a tradition.
It certainly is.
And we want to carry on that tradition and come in with a bang with it this year.
That sounds wonderful. Well, Tommy, thank you for coming and sharing what Young Professionals is and the different opportunities that we offer young people in our community. Now, if somebody wants to, be a member of this group or just come check it out and sort of see if it's a group they'd be interested in, what's the best way for them to handle that?
The best way for them to handle that is by calling the Chamber of Commerce at 919-734-2241 and ask for Laura Landers, and she'll be happy to forward over a membership application, and the dues are currently $30 per year.
Wonderful. And she's a member too, so she can tell them
She
all about it.
is a member too.
That sounds great. All right, well, thank you, Tommy, for sharing. We appreciate it. And this is what's happening at your Wayne County Chamber of Commerce with the Young Professionals.
Thank you, Kim.
Well, good morning to you. Today is the 21st of May, and we're back on the program here. And thank you very much for being with us.
Yes,
that was interesting.
It was. I was glad Tommy told his personal story of how when he worked in Goldsboro for so many years and was not involved. He basically would leave work and go home, and then he found out about Young Professionals, got involved a little bit, and now all of a sudden he is known all over town, has a social life here in Goldsboro, has lots of friends, business contacts, and now he loves it.
Now you see.
He loves it. It made a huge difference, and it can do that.
What happens when you get out and you get involved and maybe even volunteer for something?
Especially, and this group is made for young people aged 21 to 40. So if you're looking a group, that's the group to join through the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce.
I just missed it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So what do? Do you kick you out at 40?
Yeah, I think so. Moving on up.
Well, I can't say anything. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Happened to me in the JCs too. Get out of here. It happens. Well, that's all right. We've got other groups.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I did want to mention, Wayne, we talked about the fact that there was an actress, Jeannie Cooper.
Oh, last week.
And she passed away. She played Catherine Chancellor for over 40 years on The Young and the Restless, and was a fantastic actress, beautiful lady.
Yeah.
And her son, some people may know him. His name was Corbin
Burnson.
He played on L.A. Law, and there was a movie he was in too.
Well, he did some movies, but he was also known on the TV series Psych as father of one of the main actors on there, and he was very good in that part as well. Very talented actor, but we all loved Jeannie Cooper.
We did. She played Catherine Chancellor, did a great job, and the show will not be the same without her.
And when you think about it, 40 years on one show.
Yeah.
That is just amazing. That's unheard of.
It really is.
And in fact, in the meantime, people were having babies, and those babies grew up to become adults, and she was still on the show.
Exactly.
40 years on a television program is just unheard of.
Eternity.
It is. You just don't. That just does not happen at all. Even The Young and the Restless changed hands. The creator gave it up, and new writers came in, and they wrote all this garbage about, and the show changed.
But
she was always there.
She was always there, kept her same look, her same class about her, and really played a good character, very interesting, and she did a great job, and she will be missed.
She certainly did. She did portray a character with a lot of class.
Yes.
A lot of money too, but but a lot of class.
Yes.
But I remember her as an actress from years ago, before she became an actress on The Young and the Restless. She had already made a name for herself in TV series as guest stars on Wagon Train, on the Laredo, and a bunch of other, particularly westerns.
That was in her younger days?
In her younger days, she had that chiseled look. She was tough. She was really tough back then. She had those steely blue eyes. Oh, man. She was just, she was a beautiful lady. Right. But she was tough.
Yes.
You know, she was had that rugged, individualistic look about her, and she's just a great actress, and she will be missed.
Oh yes, and we'll keep her family in our thoughts and prayers.
And you know, since you brought it up, I have a guy as well that was one of my favorite actors who passed away a couple of months ago, and I did not mention it on the air. But Dale Robertson passed away, the cowboy star from years ago. He was on Tales of Wells Fargo, and he did 100,000 movies.
Right.
And John Wayne loved Dale Robertson. Dale Robertson was a unique individual in that his acting ability was just over the top. He was so talented. He could just stand there and you'd be interested in what he was doing. Just one of those guys.
Talent.
And he was tall, dark, and handsome, had wavy black hair. He was a lady. The ladies loved him, but he was very dedicated to his wife, and he loved her, and he was just a really, really nice person. The thing about Dale Robertson is he always spoke his mind. You could trust what he said because he meant what he said.
Right.
And he pulled no punches. And he was a big Elvis fan too, by the way. But
as many people are.
well, yeah. Well, that's true too. But I tell you what, he was cut from the same cloth as many of the big hero types from the early days of television and movies, and he will certainly be missed. He was one of my all-time favorites. I love Dale Robertson, and I had the fortune of speaking with him a few years ago. And wow, it was a thrill for me. But he was a very talented actor, had an extremely unique voice.
Right.
Very unique voice, and he'll be greatly missed. What a guy.
Well, we want to remind you once again that this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. This is a collaborative effort between the County of Wayne and the City of Goldsboro. Yeah. And if you have events coming up here in the community that you would like to share and you want to make sure everyone knows about, send them in. You can email them to us. And what is that address, Wayne?
That address is WGTV at WayneGov.com. One more time.
Okay.
WGTV at WayneGov.com.
Make sure you send those in at least 2 weeks in advance before your event. That way we can make sure they are aired well enough in advance that the community can be informed and hopefully will attend your event. That's what we're here for.
We have to ask a trivia question. I almost forgot.
Yes, we do. Ask it.
Very quickly, here it is. Thomas Jefferson proposed 10 names of new territories that were to become states. Thomas Jefferson did. He did this in 1784. He said, okay, he said, I'll come up with some names. Of course, the 13 original colonies were already there.
Exactly.
And so were the 13 and 14, which I think were Vermont and Kentucky. Besides all that, we were naming territories and to become states. He proposed 10 names. 2 of them actually became states. Which ones were they? Just name one.
Interesting. Tell us what they are, Wayne.
They are Wayne.
They're not Wayne, but tell us what the answer
Illinois.
is. Illinois.
And Michigan.
Michigan.
Yes, indeed.
Really?
He had also proposed, my goodness, I'm not even going to try to, I can't.
I can't pronounce those
They
words.
picked Illinois and Michigan because they were the easiest to say.
They can pronounce them.
That's right. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today.
It certainly is. Thank you so much for being with us today. And let's see, we have on Wednesday's show, we have Mike Haney.
All right.
He'll be here to tell us about economic development.
Right.
We have Becky Craig from Wayne Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
And I believe we have, what is that one?
Jim. Must be Slowinski. Jim
Slowinski.
Yeah, with
You're
mental
talking
health
about mental health.
Yeah, mental health.
So be with us again tomorrow. We want to make sure you see this information and stay informed in what's happening in your community.
All right, until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best.